1st of November and the inevitable hit, I guess. The ground is rock hard today. There's a serious frost, which is evident in the plants that are flipping over and wilted, and yeah. So I'm going to once again just go out and pull all these poor plants and turn them into food in my house. You can see the upheaval of the icy soil. So I think it's time Greta admits it's the end of the 2020 garden season. So once the sun hits the soil here today, I'll give it an hour, because I can't get my trowel right now into the dirt. It is ice. And I'll salvage the last, and that's it.
Stumbled at the start line, I've done all that I can do, but I'll try again, I'll try again. Stay on the straight and narrow, we'll meet up at the end. Cramped up on the inside at the thought of losing you, but I'll try again, I'll try again. Stay on the straight and narrow, we'll meet up at the end.
There's my Brussels sprouts. They're done beautiful. The only trick to Brussels sprouts for me is to make sure that I start them very early indoors. That's one of the plants, that along with celery, tomatoes, I keep putting them out, that I must start indoors here, or they won't make it. Anyway, I've pulled probably 1, 2, 3 so far, and I've got, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, probably got 5 of them here, and that's it. But we eat them as we go. But right now, again, it's freezing out, so they're all coming in. This big heap here is where I throw all my discarded leaves and things into one big heap, which then we compost. We compost as the summer, won't now. Now the leaves are edible, of course. These are just a bit old. I may leave some on and see what I've got. Blanch them. The tops are gorgeous. I bring all the tops. Really, really, really good green. We actually enjoy them. Look forward to them. So I'll keep some of those. But again, you can see where they were nice and perky the other day. And the frost has got them getting at them also. They are hardy, very hardy. But as I've mentioned before, I don't particularly like gardening in freezing cold. So they're coming in, and I'm clearing the beds today. So there's, I just threw the dirt in my face. There's, so you can see some big ones. I've been picking from all of them actually. Here's my ground cherries, the ones that didn't make it. I'm going to see if they will actually ripen indoors. I read that they can, because you cannot eat them green. It's they're toxic in that stage. And these are all green, but they're also not going to go any further. So I'm going to see if they ripen inside. I'm not sure they will. But there's still a lot on quite a few plants that I'm taking in, and we'll just see. So I'm cutting all my Swiss chard now, and I'll sort the leaves later. There's some maybe not so nice ones in there. They look great. They're tiny, but they're edible and lovely. And then I will blanch them. So I see an evening of blanching Swiss chard in my future tonight. So I have many different types of Swiss chard here. There's this rainbow red. The red is very much like a beetroot, which they are, of course. I'm always surprised by how much celery can withstand of the cold. Something that seems like it's just water-based. It's not really. These are just some small ones, but they look lovely. Well, that's a wrap for 2020. I've got all my Brussels sprouts out. The last of the celery. The leeks, which were smaller this year because I had to regroup and did a late planting. Swiss chard. Some odd things I found hidden. Carrots and parsnips. And collards and Romanesca leaves, which I really like. So, planning for next year begins. So I brought it all indoors, and I'll deal with it a bit later, but I asked Bruce to come for a picnic and just enjoy. I've got some spare time, which is wonderful. That's what winter months are for. We do need to stop our gardens. We do need to go on a different track, different path. Lift your head, look around, and enjoy other things.
Cramped up on the inside at the thought of losing you, but I'll try again, stay on the straight and narrow, we'll meet up at the end.
So there's lots of trails just up around behind our house that are great fun to have there, so that we can just we don't have to go too far at our age to enjoy a lovely walk. You can see everywhere the evidence of the rock cullings from the early homesteaders who were up here. Lots and lots of rocks, of course, because it's Newfoundland. The rock. Trying to zoom so you can see where our house is in relationship.
I'll just keep on going over and over. I'll just keep on going till I can't go further.
There's always a berry to be found in Newfoundland to pick during all seasons. I think there's something like 92% are edible.
Stumbled at the start line, I've done all that I can do, but I'll try again, I'll try again. Stay on the straight and narrow, we'll meet up at the end. Cramped up on the inside at the thought of losing you, but I'll try again.
Well, it's certainly been a good season. We've had unseasonal warmth last longer than it would, and Bruce built me new raised beds, so I was able to grow more. He built me this veranda. Yes, it was a good year. Hope yours was too. So I'm just about to blanch my Brussels sprout greens, but I just wanted to show you, I guess, what I got from. This was from 5 Brussels sprout plants. I've already harvested 3. One of them was significantly smaller, so you get these little tiny ones. But they're tiny as they go up the plant anyway, so they go from large to whatever. Anyways, I'm pleased with my little harvest here. We'll eat these, so I don't think I'm really going to freeze those. We love our Brussels sprouts. The great thing about gardening and eating as the food is seasonal for you is the joy of it. You know, Brussels sprouts, my goodness, you start them in your house in, I don't know when I started these, late February. And it takes all that time to get these. They're jewels. Bruce and I really enjoy them. So it's like candy for us right now. The tops are something I only had, I'd say 3 years ago was the first time Bruce and I ate the tops. And we're hooked. Love them. I don't know how to describe it. It's just a really, really good... Well, you eat cabbage and things or whatnot. It's nothing like that. It's a really, really enjoyable green. So we love those. I've got a sink full of leaves that I've chosen that were the youngest leaves and sort of like this and in great shape. And all I do, I don't, you can eat the whole plant, but just because of simplicity for cooking, I just peel them like that, take that out, and compost that. And then I will blanch, I'll slice them up for cooking, and blanch those and freeze. Here's your stem. Well, here's a stem. Everything's picked off it, and the top's cut. So there's your top, and you just cut it. Where am I going here? You just cut it right up here. And, oh, I don't know how to describe them. They're almost gourmet for me. Like, they really are a lovely, once a season, very rare little gourmet treat. Anyway, just wanted to talk about my Brussels sprouts there. I have finished the Brussels sprout greens and the Swiss chard. I've kept enough in the fridge for Bruce and I for the next week or two really. That is just the fresh Brussels sprouts there, and here I went ahead and actually blanched some. It'll be a first, but I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be good to throw in things. We do like our fresh vegetables. Anyway, that's enough for now. I have a lot more to process, but I'm running out of time and I have some work to do, so that's it for today. By the way, I do recycle these bags.